the show.
Remember? Oh, that.
Y'all ready for this?
Oh, you already just sang it. I'm not gonna
I already did that one, but no, you can do it again. We could have like a canon of it just going.
I think I'm done. All right, here we go.
Ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Maybe you just jump right into it.
The Bulls are coming out on the court.
You missed it, Scott.
I missed it. Did I miss it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. All right.
Too late.
Here we go.
Then we're going to happen again.
It begins now in 3, dose 1.
This is the World of Warcraft podcast, so you don't have to. You're listening to The Instance.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Instance. This is The Instance, episode 357. And
how long we been on the old music for?
A couple weeks while you were gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Why'd you do that?
Listen, here's the deal. This is just to whet everybody's appetite for February 7th, 2014. That's the day, Friday, by the way. There's a new theme being made, centered around the Warlords of Draenor sort of theme, right? And that's being done as we speak. So I thought while that was happening, it might be fun to dip our toes back in 2008, when this theme was the one everyone heard.
It was a good theme.
Yeah, listen to this. Like a London nightclub, a little bit of that.
It's like I feel more like a German one. I'm gonna have some sweaty topless German man with glow sticks.
Topless German man. Wow.
Yeah, well,
married life.
Yeah, how
exactly.
Was it?
You know what it's like.
Hey, you've come back from the thing
from the precipice of darkness.
Yeah.
I looked upon it and I said, "Nay."
No, you didn't. You said I do,
No,
and you got married.
I said I will. Actually,
did you say I will? Okay,
Did
that's a great question about marriage now. Is that the common vernacular to say I will?
Well,
rather
over
than
here at least, I don't know with America. I think you can say whatever you want in America, land of the free and all.
I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
If I
Why
have
not?
to.
Apparently, was the incorrect one. No, it was a lovely day, Scott, filled with emotion and alcohol.
I noticed. In fact, you seemed to have your first dance in a bar. That looked like what that was.
Yeah. How do you? Oh, yeah. There's a picture. Yeah.
Yeah, you put things on Twitter. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Yeah. No, so I didn't. I retweeted because I was too busy getting married.
Yeah.
No, we got married on a boat. And it's so that at the back of it had a little bar, this little kind of dance floor thingy.
Yeah.
So it seemed quite apt, really.
I love it.
Seal the deal there.
Consummate. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah,
oh.
right there and then, Scott, through
Really?
the medium of dance.
I look at her.
You've seen me dance, but really.
Here's my impression. I see her in a photo and I go, "Oh, she is lovely. What a nice, lovely woman." And then I look at you and go, "Somebody called from 1994 and said, 'Where did my goatee go?' Oh no, Terpster time travel."
What? You can't be all
Shots
hateful,
fired, man.
Scott. You know, I stay away from your personal appearance because that's yours. I don't want to mess with that.
I understand. I appreciate that. I've always appreciated that in the past. But
however, yours is fair target.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You and that weird wrestling 90s freaking goatee you had. I like it, though, and I'm surprised you didn't wear your flowery shorts or whatever you always have at BlizzCon, those weird shorts.
I had to make an effort for the actual day itself.
Yeah, well, she probably demanded it at some point. She was like, "Terpster, I can't." Assuming she calls you Terpster.
Yes, she does, obviously. Yeah. She insists.
I love it. All right, well, it's good to have Terpster back. Of course, Dill's over there. Dill's, what's going on?
Nothing much. Hanging out.
Yeah.
I did not have a wedding, but I did have a birthday. So
happy birthday, man!
Yeah, that's all right.
You've advanced. You've leveled up. That's fantastic. Do you
we
want
had a nice? Yeah, I got new skills.
Yeah.
Lots of new skills. I got to figure out how to put them on my action bar, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, you had to wait 15 years though to get a new skill. That's the worst
I know,
now.
so much longer. Yeah,
it used to be every year. You just get something.
Every year, just something new. Even if it was just 1% more in something. But
not anymore, man. Not any freaking more.
But I had a nice, fun little birthday stream. Blew out candles in front of the stream, but realized that we'd covered the brownies with powdered sugar.
Oh.
So, and then, when you get to 34, it's a lot of candles. So it took a lot of breath. And
wow.
When I blew powdered sugar all over my laptop. And
no.
Yeah.
That's not
so everything's a little sticky right now around me.
All right. Oh, hey, what? Okay, well, hey, listen to this then. This is what's exciting. Last week, Dills and I were on. Terpster was enjoying his nuptials. and we had a bit of a prediction, not a prediction, but I think we were a little prophetic while we were talking, not pathetic, prophetic, talking about changes in Alterac Valley. We'll get to that later in the show, but I just want to point out that every time it seems like we say something happens at Blizzard.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Seems to happen on the Angry Chicken too.
I know, it's
It
weird.
shows that you're almost on the pulse. Just
Right.
that
It's like-
a little bit too slow.
It's weird, but it's like someone's listening. Like when we were talking, I thought we were just having a conversation.
Well,
the three of us.
Kind of we are. It's in a vacuum. Yeah. What can you do? Here's the deal. Let's talk a little bit about how the week has gone WoW-wise for us. I listened, I had an opportunity to talk to Nate Kenyon and Mickey Nelson of Blizzard. Nate Kenyon, the author of the upcoming or the now out book Diablo 3: Storm of Light, and he also did the previous book, not the Book of Cain, not the Book of Teriel, but the one before that, whose name just escaped me for some reason, and I was just thinking about it. Oh, The Order. The Order.
Yeah, the book.
Yeah, The Order, the book, The Order. And it was really fun talking to those guys, and we're going to insert that interview in the middle of today's show. So at some point, we'll take a little break and listen to it. It's relatively brief, about 20 minutes long, and it was fascinating. I love talking to the creatives at Blizzard. There's just something about that, and I love getting into the meat of why lore is so important and story is king, and how these artists and these writers interpret the world. And while we're talking mostly about Diablo here, I think most of this applies to really all that they're doing, especially in WoW. So listen for that. I'm really enjoying that book. So most of my time this week with Blizzard has been spent doing that and leveling that dumb shaman.
Well, nothing dumb about a shaman.
Well, I'm just saying. I found out today via a phone call that we'll play later that maybe I'm doing the right thing, it turns out. There's a rumor floating around, and I can't seem to get any independent confirmation on this, that leveling your guy past 60 before the bump has all sorts of other benefits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll save it for the
stuff, don't you?
Well, yes. That may be it. Is that true? Is that confirmed?
They've confirmed that you get your professions max out if your character's over 60.
Well, let's just play that dude anyway.
Crap.
I'm going to play him now. Let's see if
Surely that was confirmed. Was it not?
Well,
I didn't. I missed this.
Okay, well, maybe I said something I shouldn't.
Well, let me play his thing. Let's play this call now. We may as well get it out of the way, and then we'll just address it. So here it is.
Hey guys, this is Namaste from Nerzul. I just wanted to call in, say I love the show, and some information. I heard you were leveling your shaman up, and there's a post I was reading that said if you're level 60 or above before the 390 buff comes out, you actually get all your stuff. All your primary professions raised to 600. Just a heads up in case that was a little incentive to level some. Like I said, love the show. You guys have a good one.
All right. So maybe
there you go. No, it is. No, definitely. So yeah, if you're, I've just googled it just to check.
Okay,
so yeah,
this is a big deal because
if
somehow I missed this, but
60 or over, then you get 600 skill in 2 primary professions,
and you get to pick them.
And the secondary skill, yes.
Okay. Then just
whichever ones you have.
Whatever you already have, but I mean, yeah,
but you can just pick them in game beforehand. I think.
Mm.
I don't know with the interface, it might allow you to pick them even then. They've got like little check boxes and stuff like that. You choose when you upgrade, when you choose your specialization.
And you're sure we were supposed to hear that by now, or is that supposed to be some
no,
top secret
no, that's out and about.
All right. Just didn't want
well,
to.
they should tell us now if that's the plan, because that would suck to just find out right then and be like,
veteran
wait,
bonus.
I need to level this guy to 60 before I do it. Then
good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, they need to tell us now if they're going to do something.
So you get your primary professions and first aid. You don't get cooking though, for whatever reason.
Oh, that's too bad.
But cooking with Pandaria is very quick.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get it up
to Pandaren level at least, and I'm sure they'll do the same thing again, where they basically just ask you to spend another 100 gold and 5 hours to do the rest.
So the answer to
this
go ahead.
This means I might actually boost my mage, who's a jewel crafter, who's just sitting at level 80. I haven't touched in a while.
Yeah.
You know,
just you want a jewel crafter.
Just because of jewel crafting. Yeah.
Do you feel like that's? I mean, would you have any consternation knowing that he was so close to 90 anyway? Would that bug you at all?
No, because that's the biggest grind anyway. Is the last few levels. So
interesting. Terpster, you have any plans that way to take a dude higher than 60 now that you hear this?
I intend to do all of it. I'm going to spend a lot of money. They haven't actually come out and said that you can do multiple ones.
Yeah,
but I'm sure they will, and there's no way that I'm not going to do loads.
Yeah.
For me, because I did a load of Recruit a Friend stuff back in the day, I've got a 60 plus of every class.
Yeah.
So it makes more sense to use one of those than to use a blank one.
You weren't here for a lot of that talk, and now that the store's in there and there's indications that you will be able to buy additional boost to 90, we haven't really heard your word on that, but you've always kind of made the stance that you'd go for it.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. It's not like it's 90. It's not like level 100. You're not maxing out the expansion before you've played it. But what it means is you can play day one. I can play with my friends on any server. I can invite my friends back who maybe haven't played since Naxxramas or Lich King or something like that, and they can come back and we can just play WoW. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. Honestly, I think it's going to change the game for the better.
All right. I'm good with that. You haven't been here to really say much, so that's good to...
There you go. Well, I have actually, but you just haven't been listening.
Oh my God, you haven't even heard about Macaulay.
Oh yeah, McCulkin. You haven't heard about our new segment either, have you?
What's happened with Macaulay?
It's right here. This is our new segment. Oh, that's not wrong guy. This guy here.
Stick to the subject. God damn it.
This guy. So we need to have some nonsense.
Where someone didn't appreciate the use of the G word in there, which is fair enough. So apologies for that.
I'll bleep it.
Bleep it out in future ones.
All right, I'll do it right now. Here we go.
Stick to the subject. God damn it.
That work?
Whoops. Almost.
Oh, kind of?
Kind of.
That's fine. I think what you should do is play it again and miss it again. 3 times the blasphemy. Anyway.
By the way, he didn't even go to see his father. He just stayed with his band and kept rocking out. So
good.
That's the news.
Okay,
so
great. Thank you. We haven't had an update since last week.
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know.
All right.
Apparently, he's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, being kind of a jerk to everybody.
And he's like, "Nah, screw that. I got to play with my band."
Yeah, he's got to do his covers of who was it? Who was the cover band for?
It's Velvet Underground.
Underground.
Pizza Underground. Yeah.
What the hell, dude? I don't get it. That whole thing's weird to me. All right, so Terps, you got married any time in the game. What'd you do? You did a YouTube, it says here. What does that even mean?
I've done my YouTube channel.
Oh, turn yourself up a little bit more.
Oh.
Sorry, I've been telling him behind the scenes that he's a little hot, and now I've made him go too quiet.
How about now?
Now? Better.
Better? This will do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you can go to youtube.com/yogscastterpster, and you can see mine and Lewis's attempts. I think it was the 23rd of December where Lewis took me through a flex of Siege of Orgrimmar as I killed Garrosh for my first time.
Oh, gosh. Wait a minute. That is getting gerped right through there then. You got carried, man.
I completely carried. And if you watch the video, I'm 90% of the time I'm dead. But it's fantastic. It was truly an enjoyable experience. So
Tank the hell out of that floor, I bet.
You can check. Oh, I tell you, and it's brilliant because when they're all kind of going off to the realm of Yasar and killing heart stuff, I was just there, dead in the room, just being like, "This is a really nice space. I really like what they've done with it. It's much more roomy."
It's like a four phase fight or something, and
that's
they
great.
leave and you're just still over there.
Just chilling out.
So let me ask you about because they were doing heroic. I thought.
They're doing heroic, but this wasn't a heroic run. This was normal flex, and it was purely just to kind of school me through there. It's when we were raising a lot of money for charity, so equally I was doing a good deed in being carried through Siege of Orgrimmar, and I only got coalesced essence-y evil stuff, so I just got gold out of it. Didn't even get any gear, so all I got was achieve.
That's great.
Yeah,
it's all for the Chiefs. I understand.
It's all for the charity and Chiefs.
Yeah.
So,
you didn't get any gear? No gear at all?
No gear at all, because it was only the last bit. So
I see.
Yeah, it was only 2 bosses or whatever it is.
Well, that's great, and that's on. People can see that now. It's on the Yogscast feed.
Yeah, they go to youtube.com/yogscastterpster.
All right,
and watch 2 videos as we fumble our way through that.
I noticed last week, Dills, you were dangerously close to getting your DK to 90. Finally, did that happen?
It did happen. I have a 90 DK now, and I've been trying to get him peered, but oh my god, I'm so bad. When I play on my hunter PvP, I do a battleground.
Yeah.
Generally, at the end of the battleground, all the stats pop up,
Yeah.
And I'm usually like #1 in damage and killing blows and stuff. It's pretty cool. Makes you feel good. With the DK, I'm sometimes below healers in damage done.
Good lord.
It is terrible. It is that bad.
You're DPSing though, right? I assume.
Yeah.
You're not tanking or something.
No. In BG, yeah, I'm just.
You're in battlegrounds.
Basically, what I do in the BG is I just do the little icy freeze thing on people, and then I die. So I just run around. I'm like, well, I'll just freeze that guy in place so someone else can maybe kill him, and then I'll run away.
Because you're a team player. I understand.
Yeah, because that's all I can do. So it's really sad. It's like anytime, because on the hunter, it's like somebody, a rogue pops up on me and it's 1-on-1, just me against a rogue on the road or something, and I'll do it. I'll fight him out and I'll win. But on the DK, if someone pops up, I'm like, I got to get the hell out of here. I have no chance. So it's basically just
how is the DK currently regarded in PvP generally? Is it seen as a threat?
No, they're pretty good. I mean, I need to get it geared. I have one piece of PvP gear and still some green pieces and stuff. It's terrible. And I'm not good with melee anyway. Like I'm not experienced enough with it, and I can't do the thing where I need to dance around. And if I try to like dance around and get behind you, I get turned around and then I'm not hitting you anymore. And it's just not a skill I currently possess. So working on that. But what I really am actually concentrated on now that Terpster brings up the Siege of Orgrimmar stuff, is that I finally was like, all right, screw it. I'm going to go through this whole damn legendary quest line, which I hadn't been doing.
The cloak one?
Yeah. So I need to like grind up a bunch of Valor points. So,
oh, wow. Which bit are you at?
I need 3,000 Valor points.
Okay.
I'm up to like Revered with the Black Prince or whatever and all that crap. But
damn you, Prince!
Yeah, I know it's
or the
really
dragon formerly known as
the dragon formerly known as Prince, right?
Sure,
keep it straight. It's a symbol.
But I may have to. I've been trying to avoid killing Garrosh not in our raid team, but I may just have to suck it up and kill him in LFR because I just need the points, man.
Yeah, no, points are everything when you're trying to do what you're doing.
Yeah, so it's I
haven't done any of that stuff. I always feel like I should do one of these legendaries, and I just don't do them.
You should. That's the whole point of how they've made the legendary quest now. Is it so it is actually accessible through time and less so luck.
Yeah.
You don't have to get picked by your team and then be like, oh, we're gonna make Scott get the whatever.
Which normally I imagine would work for Scott because he's famous on the interwebs. So
sure.
A lot of people like hey Scott. I don't know you, but I was hoping you would like me. Here's a sky golem. But I really like the model, and they said they're going to repeat this model in Warlords of Draenor for legendaries.
Yeah, because if you want it, you should be able to get it. That's what I like. I do like that.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And the thing is, then I know it's a slippery slope though of people then complaining like, I want it on my ult. It's like, well, no, it's legendary. You get one, maybe. If you can put the time and effort in, maybe you can get it on multiples. But it does feel cool if you pick a main and you work hard and you get that.
I'd eat my hat if they ever did a legendary account wide. There's no way. When would they do that? That's stupid.
A legendary account wide mounts. They have done in the form of the Karaji black crystal.
That makes sense to me. But suddenly everyone's got the cloak. That'd be weird.
No, well, I guess so. But I don't know. I mean, the thing is that's what I'm saying. I think it'd be good if they didn't. But you can see the progression of argument that players tend to make in terms of once you start and you make the norm is thus. If you work hard at it, you can get that on that character. Like, for example, reputations. You then start seeing like, oh, hang on, have I got to do this on all of my characters? And then we have things that kind of make it easier on multiple characters before you get to a point where it's just like, you know what? Reps are just you have a rep and all your characters have got it. That's you are
the character, not your characters are not the character you are.
Exactly. Yeah. However, I kind of hope for legendaries that we never go down that path. Where I agree with it for other things, I think legendaries feel more special if they are restricted to, or at least harder to get multiple times.
Yeah. We actually went back into Firelands to help somebody else get one of those legendaries. I think just really for transmog purposes, but it's just it reminded me how lame that is. Thing. Or exactly. Yeah. But it was just a hack. It just reminded me of how like crappy that was. That's like we pick one guy and then he loots all of the specific thing he needs, and everyone else is just there, just kind of like, all right, we're helping you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it makes it weird in a raid setting to like have to pick somebody. That was always the weird part. Well, we're gonna pick the highest DPS guy because
or pick the guy who's most regular, so that we've got him most weeks, and it's just like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, it creates It can create friction.
It creates a lot of friction. Anyway, so I really like the model they've gone down with it, and they seem to be repeating that in Warlords, so I think that's great.
Yeah.
In the video of me and Lewis taking down Garrosh, Pearson's there with us, and he's got the Corrupted Ashbringer, which I think is the coolest weapon in the game because you cannot get it anymore, but you can transmog it. So I think it's cooler than legendaries. So that's just my vote out there. Maybe if you guys think there's a cooler weapon out there than Corrupted Ashbringer, you should send us an email or call.
Yeah,
because I would say you're wrong.
I'm actually only like 8 days away from my golem now at this point, just because of living steel. This is another reason why I leveled the DK, is because I needed to be able to fly around and mine up ore.
Oh, right.
And it was taking so damn long to run around, just stupid long to do all that. So that was another reason. Now it's much quicker, and I'm able to like bust that out pretty fast. Because I need 70 ghost iron bars a day. Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
and that takes about 15 minutes now as compared to an hour or so.
I may actually have this is embarrassing, and I'm not sure what to do with it, but I may actually have another Sky Golem we have to give away at some point.
Yeah.
Because I ended up getting 2. All right, I'll just admit it straight up. Somebody made me one, and then someone else wanted to make me one, didn't know I already had one, and made me one. Now it's sitting there. I can't use them both, obviously. So we got to find like a lucky earthen ring. Or actually, can I mail stuff server to server now? Maybe that'd be a great contest because I could send it to anybody.
What would you send?
The Sky Golem. If I had an extra Sky Golem, yeah.
What? Well, why don't you mail it over to Character Mutha, maybe, or Terpster?
Can you do that?
Yeah, send it to me.
In the EU? I don't think you can.
No, I've got my American account.
Oh,
you can send it to that
okay,
one.
You win the contest.
No, I don't want that.
No, you should have it.
No, I don't want it.
Because Dills has already stated he is going to do the man thing.
Yeah, I'm making mine,
exactly.
Man.
So I need to do the Terps thing and just find an attractive young impressionable female to crap on for me.
Great. Yeah. Your lovely wife now. Your lovely wife. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Brilliant.
All
That'd
right.
be amazing.
Before we move to news, one quick note, a little bit of a somber note. We just want to wish our old friend Kurt Schilling, who used to be on the show quite a bit in 2008, 2009, 2010, would come on and co-host with us quite a bit. Former 38 Studios owner, went through a bunch of stuff with that. A lot of hard times came his way. About a year and a half ago, he had a heart attack. He's had been doing better since then, but we just found out he was diagnosed with cancer. We don't know what cancer. I spoke to him briefly via text. He, as always, is extremely optimistic and will fight whatever this is head on, as he is prone to do with most of his life, especially when he was playing baseball. So I have little doubt that he'll fight hard and fast to beat this thing. So we just want to let him know, as his old WoW friends and here on the Instance, that we wish him very best and hope his family's doing well. Let's get to the news.
Big news of the week.
Big news of the week brought to you by DoghouseSystems.com. My son Nicholas saved his money, scrimped together.
Has he got enough?
He finally did, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Now, they built, luckily we kind of custom built something a little on the less expensive side, an older case. We went through some hoops to try to get him down where he could do it, but he worked really, really hard to earn what he earned, and he just got it delivered yesterday, and he is beyond stoked.
I remember my first computer. It was amazing. I made it myself, and I didn't know you needed fans. So I never had that many problems with it, though, for a computer with no fans.
That's really weird. What era was this? Like Pentium something?
Yeah, this was. It might have been a Pentium. Or I think it was an AMD equivalent.
Okay.
And
I can't believe you didn't have fan, like not on the CPU or any of that.
I had one on the CPU. I had one of those, but I just didn't have any system fans.
That's great.
So but it's it still works and stuff. But I think that it's almost a coming of age story. I feel like now for your first PC.
Yeah. And that's how we save some money off this thing, because what we're going to do is it's relatively bare bones. So his goal, he's got other stuff he wants to add that he'll learn over time, and then he's going to learn how to put these things in there himself and kind of make sure everything's tested and make sure there's fans in it.
That's a good one. Yeah. You can tell him that. Tip from Uncle Terpster.
Uncle Terpster says make sure you got a fan in there.
Or a couple. Yeah, go for it, really.
And a way to check and make sure the temperatures are good and all that. So anyway, it's really exciting, and you too can get a great new machine at DoghouseSystems.com. Just use the code Henry for double the memory.
Did he use that code?
He didn't, because we were already kind of doing a special deal, I can't give him everything.
Ridiculous.
Can't give him everything.
Well, you
Kid's
could have
gotta
had
earn
double
it.
the memory.
Yeah, that wouldn't be.
He's got-
What kind
he's
of
gonna-
dad would
that's
I
it.
be if I just said, "Here you go, have it
Double
all"?
the memory, son.
Knock yourself out. All right, Blizzard has issued yesterday their Q4 2013 earnings call. This was a big deal because they announced WoW is up to 7.8 million subscribers. This is up 200,000 from Q3 2013. That put WoW at 7.6 at the time. So 200,000 is a lot if you're not Blizzard. If you're Blizzard, is that a lot? I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's an upwards. The fact it's not a downwards is just amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
I think Blizzard's got to be ecstatic with that. It's quite interesting on MMO Champion. They've kind of plotted out the kind of the curve, and you see the peaks and troughs as subscriber numbers have gone up and down. But to me, it kind of looks like someone is trying to make the very beginnings of the World of Warcraft logo, and I kind of feel like we're going to have a really long straight line now before it jumps up again and then crashes down.
Wow.
And then we've got the round bit, and we've got the actual logo.
So ultimately, it's just this big WoW intricate logo is what you think they're doing.
That's my theory.
All right.
Is that they're not that focused on revenue, but more so on aesthetics of a point graph.
Yeah.
So,
but their
yeah.
2008, 2009 end of the logo is going to be much taller than it should be. You know what I'm saying? Compared to where it'll be in a few more
Well,
years.
I don't know. You say that, but you don't know. Again, they might be saving their best for last just to achieve that, and then they're really gonna, make it terrible quickly so they can get the curve it
You're gonna
off.
tank the game on purpose.
Yeah, tank the game. And be like, Mike, why are you doing this? I have a vision. It's like, no, Mike, we need the. Oh, actually, that's beautiful. And they've realised that at the end.
Yeah.
That he had a grand goal of trying to create the World of Warcraft logo in a point graph.
Mike,
It's a novel way to do business.
it really is, isn't it?
It works. It works. That's what you can't argue with results.
Yeah, of course you can. That's what I meant to say. There's a T at the end of that. It's exciting. There are MMOs that are coming out small and big that would kill for a 2,000K increase in users, or even a starting point of 2,000K. And if you remember back in the EverQuest 1 days, they never really got past about 400K total in the lifetime of that thing, yet it was considered the biggest MMO of its time. So when Blizzard, this gorilla in the industry, has these fluctuations, it's such a weird numbers game up where they are. 200K must just seem like the faffing of the wind, Like
yeah,
just
it seems like a small amount, but it's a lot of people, and to add that many is a really big deal in the current kind of iteration of WoW and the long in the tooth nature of the game. Just to add at all at this point.
Sure, and industry stalwarts like EA and Nintendo and others keep posting these ridiculous losses. It has to feel good to be Activision and Blizzard to be able to get up on their earnings call and go, things are solid. We've got Destiny this year. We've got some other big thing they're doing outside of WoW. What was it? I don't remember. Some other big release. Anyway,
Call of Duty. They've got Sledgehammer now.
Yes,
like making the
but there
third
was something else though.
team.
Some other big. Crap, I can't remember. But I mean, Blizzard's holding up their end of the deal.
What's this? Activision.
Yeah.
Probably Skylanders.
Oh, Skylanders might be part of the conversation, yeah, because that's still doing really well. But they just seem to be. You say what you want about Activision, and no one ever likes a giant company with too much money, but they seem to be, whatever they're doing, they seem to be holding strong, and their arch rival EA is really, really sucking it right now.
Yeah, have you played Dungeon Hunter?
Yeah, it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
it's the worst. It's not just that you took a classic and made
Dungeon
it.
Keeper, even, sorry.
Dungeon Keeper. It's not that you just took a classic, which I used to love, and made a version of it that basically made you literally have to pay to play it unless you have the patience of an elephant. Okay, you have to pay to do anything. Secondly, I'll forget about all that though. My biggest issue is it crashed 4 times at launch and twice while I was trying to play it. So on a brand new mini. So F those guys and the donkey they rode in on. I'm not playing that game anymore. Pisses me off. Take that. Yeah. Do I seem serious enough about it? I hope I am. I hope I do.
You do.
Yes. I mean, yes.
Okay, great. They want to look more, this is Blizzard again, look more at efficient and better ways to providing customer service for WoW. Efforts are being put towards improving the self-help opportunities so there is less need for players to contact support. They claim that that's a big part of their effort moving forward. They've often won awards even for their customer support in regard to their games. So I'd like to hear that they're still working on that. That's still a thing that they try to improve all the time. But I don't hear a lot of complaints about people saying their customer service is the worst. I usually hear the opposite. Blizzard had me fixed in a day and a half, you know?
Anytime you contact customer service, you're already pissed off, you know? And, you know, and I work in this field, and people don't come to you with, you know, happiness. They come and they're mad, and it's on you to fix it. And if you don't fix it right away, they're extra mad. So the fact that they have created enough satisfied customers over the time, especially with as many customers as they have, is a pretty big achievement in and of itself.
Yep.
But I was playing the other day, and I died on Isle of Thunder or whatever, and then had to close the game, got back in, and couldn't get back to Isle of Thunder and res my character, so I had to find a graveyard.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I was like, you know, it'd be cool is if I could just click on something and just be like, I can't get back to the graveyard, or just res me. So I think that's the kind of thing they're going to look at doing, is like where I don't even have to open a ticket to do things like this. It wasn't a big problem, obviously. I mean, all I had to do is like look up where the nearest one was, but it's still, I had to take res sickness and all that stuff.
It's a challenge trying to narrow down what those situations are, I guess.
Little things like that. Yeah, little things like that. If there was just the ability to quickly, because there's the unstuck feature and all that. Like,
Sure.
But if they had added a few more of those types of things, they could probably make everything more efficient, even more efficient than it is now. So it's good that, it's a really big kind of like glimpse into how Blizzard works when they're still thinking about this.
Yeah, it's good.
All that stuff matters to them.
It's really good. This is interesting. Diablo 3 has sold over 14 million copies. There's another million copies since their last report. That game seems to be doing just fine. That would have been Q3, so that would have been...
That's a lot.
That's a hell of a lot.
That's a lot for a game that's been out for as long as it has.
A quarter to quarter is enormous. There were plenty of games who would like to do that in their lifetime. So
yeah, the negative response as well. Like, you should have done something, but I guess there's some excitement over Reaper of Souls too. So
I'm so
and also there's been a console release, so you've got those console guys getting that.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a whole nother base. That's a good point. They probably, well, I'm sure the shareholders on the call probably understood that, but it didn't click with me until you just said it.
I mean, regardless, it's still nice.
Oh,
if anyone says, "Yeah, we sold another million," you're like, "But from where?" I think I'm just like, "Cha-ching!" Yeah. Well done, guys.
That
Keep selling
console
millions.
money's big money. There's there's big profits in that. So yeah, good for them. Heroes of the
someone on Storage Hunters.
Yeah,
I feel like, oh man, you made your bank back just there. The rest is just gravy.
I feel like every episode of Storage Hunters or Storage Wars or whatever is that conversation. I feel like that is the plot of every episode.
Sean, don't you get it? This is an antique stapler. This sort of thing, this is easily $80 to $120.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 1,600 of them in there. Yeah. Okay. That's about it.
Your American accent is evolving. It is changing.
It's gradually, but I can still crack out the authentic. Hey, I'm walking here. So I'm still okay.
That works.
Very authentic.
Yeah, it takes me right back.
If I'm going out, through U.S. Customs or something like that, they look at me. They think, oh, you've traveled a lot. Are you a terrorist? And I say, like, hey, buddy, I'm walking here. Like that.
Oh, move along then, sir.
They're like, oh, man.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were walking there.
Yeah. I didn't know you were American, but with just a different passport. Come on through.
Yeah.
Like that,
Wow, his voice. Whew. Yeah, that's good. I like it. Keep that up.
You guys just must think we're all just bumping into each other all the time.
Yeah.
Just constantly running into each other and being like, hey, I'm walking here. Yeah, that's basically all that's happening in America.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, hey, buddy, I'm walking, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Like that. I imagine that being everything.
Yeah, that's about right.
Pretty much. There's that conversation, and then there's I'm not your buddy guy conversation. That happens a lot.
All the time. Well, conversation is it's also happening about Heroes of the Storm. It will be free to play and playable at BlizzCon. Does that mean confirmation BlizzCon 2014? Is that what that is?
That sounds like it.
Why not?
What else are they talking about?
Now.
Because I mean, I don't know. I had it in my head that Blizzard might. This will disprove it. Yeah, I had it in my head they were going to do an every other, since that worked out kind of well for them, and that this year is a big release year again. So I thought. I mean, there's 3 games this year. If you think about it, there's this. There's Heroes of the Storm, assuming it's.
Have the following year, Scott. Can they afford to not have their big publicity thing?
That's a good point. They may be forced into doing it, but I kind of thought they'd skip around. I don't know why I thought that, but I think this kind of confirms we will have a BlizzCon this year, and it will feature Heroes of the Storm.
Check in the Anaheim Convention Center calendar of events. Okay.
Yeah, do that.
Just going to go through this.
That's a thing.
March, April. It's going to take a while. May, June. And there might be a quicker way to do this. July, August. So there's a big chunk free in August currently, from the 20th through to the 31st and before, actually. The weekend of the 5th, 6th is still free.
They're keeping August open. Interesting.
So August looks pretty open. Actually, no, that was July. No, August isn't that open.
That used to be their old dates were August, remember?
September's very open.
Yeah.
There's only the Renovation Charismatica Diocese of Orange on the 20th. I don't know.
What the hell is that? What is that?
I got no idea. Something to do.
I want to go to that.
And then
Screw
November.
BlizzCon. Let's go to this thing.
Is very open again. So November's just got one event on. So
I highly doubt we'll be skipping BlizzCons until like the Steam stops. I mean, they're full steam ahead right now. Like that.
I agree. I heard a lot of rumblings from people in there that really helped them in 2012 to
miss one.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, in terms of they didn't have to take time out to make slides and all of that jazz. But I mean, they make enough money from it that it's not a loss, and there's enough awareness and fun, and ultimately, like, it's Blizzard now. Let's be honest. Having an extra month to make a game isn't going to change the release date.
You're right. I would kind of wonder about that. It's just that it's all internal, so none of this stuff is subbed out. They run that event themselves inside and out, and because of that, they don't contract hardly any of it. It is kind of a logistics nightmare. And if you're releasing 3 titles or 3 expansions or 3 whatevers in a year, that seemed like, oh well, that's when you'll see them skip. Is like 2012 when they had these 3 major releases. That makes sense.
I'm telling you, man. 2012. There was an air conditioning conference the normal weekend of BlizzCon. I'm putting it down to aircon, okay? I reckon Mike was like, guys, if we can't do it on the lucky weekend, we're not doing it. And it's like, and that's why it's taken him a year or so to get less superstitious and move it. And that's why I had it in November. It's not a solid theory. I'll put it out there. It's not one of my strongest.
No, I think it has some holes, but I'm not going to bang on it either. I think it's fine.
But yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Mike, do you have any thoughts?
Hi, I'm Mike Morheim from Blizzard, and you're listening to The Instant.
That's just the line he always
make
says.
Him sound like he's like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. Almost like just
that's all he can say.
Yeah, I'm
that
Mike.
One thing.
Hi, I'm Mike. It's just like
Mike, what do you think? Hi, I'm Mike.
Yeah.
All right.
But you know the amount of excitement that was generated from this year's one just has to make them think that this is just a positive. It's a negative to miss this build up that you get out of that.
Oh, so. I entirely agree with that. I think they miss out when they don't do it. I just thought, is this a pattern? Like, what are we going to do here? Like last year I think last year was huge. That was a big deal last year for some reason. There's the Hearthstone stuff going on and the Heart of the Swarm stuff, or not Heart of the Swarm, the Heroes of the Storm stuff. Like all that stuff just seemed to be on fire, and that would have been a dumb year to miss. So, yeah, you're probably right.
Well, esports is a huge thing. They're trying to push the ESL and stuff like that, make it more so. They've just announced all these Twitch awards. Congratulations, by the way, Dills. I haven't congratulated you on your very well-deserved nomination.
Yeah.
For the Angry Chicken.
When does that get done? When's that over? Do we know when that's over? When we're.
Oh, he's literally Dills has disappeared now.
Oh, he's literally not on the call.
She just dropped. So there you go. Well, it's the last time I try and be nice about Dills. Obviously, it's not welcome.
Yeah.
But Blizzard's certainly becoming more and more aware of ways that they can engage with their community again. And I think the biggest problem Blizzard's had over the recent years, I think, is that they haven't been as cool as they once were. It's kind of like, once your dad knows about it, it's not as cool anymore.
Right.
And they almost got too big and too
friendly with the guys that have been aging with it.
I don't know exactly, and so it's really nice to see them engaging more so in the esports and in Twitch and kind of just being more of a cool developer again.
That has its risks, because there's an impression and perhaps a reality of esports being rife with buttholes and douchebag Carls, and if that's true, then what Blizzard's saying is we have to put our foot in that pool.
When you look at competitive sports, they tend to be filled with very high intensity people, and I think that's all you see in a lot of esports is a lot of kind of amped up people who are there for winning and winning alone, and they tend to be the guys who win because they're that driven.
Right.
I wouldn't say WoW is any different high-end raiding. It's filled with people who take it too far. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I died. I'm really sorry, I stood in the fire. Oh my god, I'm the worst human being ever to live. But I think I think it doesn't detract from the game being, fun to play still, and that's just a portion of it. And I think that Blizzard's audience is so broad that you're always going to have all of those sorts. Dills, are you back?
I am.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
Cool.
Congratulations on the TAC
congratulations on the Twitch Awards.
When does that win? Or when does that go through? When's that all over?
Yeah. How you got to nominate and vote, and how long?
I have no clue. But you can still vote. You can still vote, but I'll be honest. We are not going to win, and I don't think we necessarily deserve to win because we've been a show for 4 months.
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
And then you've got people like Day 9 in there.
Who's just killing it.
Who's just been doing this for a really long time.
Anyway, exactly.
Well, part of it, too, is...
It's just amazing.
Yeah, part of this is, I mean, it's a very Twitch-focused thing, which obviously you guys are doing some stuff on Twitch. I mean, we're doing this right now on Twitch, but it's, you guys are also have a big firm foot in the podcasting world. It's a very different sort of contingent of people, so it's not exactly the same. So all the attention is gonna go to those guys anyway, because this has been their modus operandi for years. So it all makes sense. But it's good just to see you in there, just to see the name and go, yeah.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's a boost to us, just because the name goes out to people who may not have heard of us prior to that, and it's just nice to know that people, because I'm pretty sure it's just Blizzard and Twitch just figured out who they wanted to nominate. Just the fact that our name was on their lips about this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Ice-T might be #1 video game podcast right now, but he ain't in the Blizz Twitch Awards.
No. Plus, you can't count. You can't count regular Hollywood and regular fame coming into podcasting anyway. You just can't count it because they bring too much with them.
Well,
I don't think they do it necessarily as well as we do it. They just do it.
Yeah,
this tends to happen from time to time. Like some big name will do a podcast because some guy convinced them to do it, and then it usually fizzles out. So
eventually, some of them stick around, but and the ones that stick around spend a lot of time talking about how they invented the medium, which is really fun.
Sure.
To listen to.
See, then there's some people who have really embraced it and kind of keep Terps, you're a wrestling fan. Stone Cold has his own podcast.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, does he? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah,
no, I didn't know he had
he's
one.
actually into it.
How is it?
It's pretty good, actually. Yeah,
I'm all about wrestlers doing podcasts.
I'm not sure I would trust your review because Stone Cold told me not to trust anyone.
Yeah, that's true.
Backfire.
But I mean, if you're into
and that's
wrestling,
the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Ooh, look at
I used to love that.
Wow. I didn't know you were a wrestling fan. When did that
I was
happen?
massive. I used to make websites.
Yeah, you made RVD's website.
Yeah, I made Rob Van Dam's website.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Rob Van Dam is the only
bad.
guy who can do the Van Dam splits and lift like a barbell at the same time.
Yeah,
Really?
I'd love to see his advert on the side of some trucks.
Yeah.
As they drive back and slowly pull away, and then he
That's great. Oh,
He does that, and then he does a Van Daminator off of it. That would be amazing.
someone's knocking on the studio door. We want to say this.
Stick to the subject. God
Oh,
damn it.
good.
Oh, it's that guy again. Forget
Oh,
it. It's all right.
man.
Don't worry.
Why,
It's
that
fine.
guy
Wrestling.
always pops up.
How did you manage to not beep at that time?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Crap. We're going to get more heat on that. That's all right. Final thing in this news report, or in this report, hoo-ha thing. In North America, StarCraft II Heart of the Swarm was the #1 PC game for the first 9 months of 2013. So for a lion's share of the year, StarCraft II dominated PC charts. They seem to be doing fine all over, man. Everything's fine at Blizzard. I don't think there's anything wrong. Let's name something wrong. What's going wrong at Blizzard? Let's give the alternate view of all this
the
upswing.
minion dancing bug is really pissing me off still. They can fix that.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That still doesn't
But-
work.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm sick of the sound that night elves make when they die. I'm done with that.
That little blood elf flippy jump thing, that could go away.
That
I'd be
sucks.
fine with
Oh gosh, I hate that.
I'm sure there's like people at Blizzard, so it's a big company, that don't feel as loved and respected as they should be.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining, when I went there after BlizzCon, was it 2011 or whatever it was, I went around the campus, and it was really sad because underneath all the desks I could see sleeping bags. And it's because, when they're in crunch and something like BlizzCon, when they go make something for an event, you just can't go home necessarily to your family that night because you've got to finish that. You've got a deadline.
Yeah.
And so, it's not easy. So they do, the people who work there, they never get enough love and thanks.
There's something wrong. Fix that.
Yeah, that is something wrong. I think that, those people, they deserve our admiration and congratulations more than necessarily the kind of the top 1% get.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I have an enormous bit of gratitude toward a thing I can't actually talk about much, other than to say the WoW team, the community team, recently set up a thing that, again, I can't really talk about, because I don't think I'm supposed to. And a lot of other podcasters and bloggers and other people know about this as well because they were perhaps invited. I don't know if they were. Many of them are because I know I see them in there. But without saying too much about it, it is an awesome new kind of avenue to get some stuff from them, like to get more kind of on the ground information about what's happening and when we can talk about it and when we can't, or knowing when something's coming up and what our how quiet you need to be in order to not break NDAs and things, and just it's nice. So those guys, Zerum and Bashiok and Netheria and everybody, they all just deserve a big pat on the back for way more outreach. They don't talk about that in the
You're
earnings
not allowed
report,
to have favorites, but Bashiok's my favorite.
He's all right. He's got a mustache to end all mustaches.
Yeah,
it's pretty
that's partly
fantastic.
why he's my favorite.
I quite like him a lot.
I like
I just got to
Vanderlip.
put it out there.
Yeah.
Well, she is a lovely lady.
I like to just say her
that
name.
is true.
By the way, he was in my stream the other night.
Oh, good. He should be.
See, that's the thing. Bashiok, he pops up all over the place.
Yeah, he called this show, for heaven's sakes. What a weirdo.
Yeah.
I told him to call in again.
He said, "You stick to the topic, goddammit."
Yeah, that's what he said. Beep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was late. A little late on the beep. All right, PvP Season 4 is ending. This is a little PvP love for you out there. 2 weeks from now, on that day, you'll begin the process of determining end-of-season reward eligibility, which could take up to 2 weeks to complete. Qualifying players should note the following in order to ensure you receive your rewards. So listen closely, Arena players. Please do not transfer your character to another realm or faction until Season 14 has ended. That would be a real shame. Award distribution for Season 14, including titles and mounts, could take up to 2 weeks after it ends. So watch for that. Only players who have the right...
That sounds like something my bank would say.
It does,
like,
doesn't it?
Why should that take 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Surely when it ends, it's done.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
I always had that one that says if you're going to if I transfer money out of PayPal or something to a bank account, it'll say allow 4 to 7 days. And I always think that sucks, but then it always is over there by the afternoon of the day I did it.
Yeah, it's just really just to cover their own ass, so that if something goes wrong, you don't have, you don't throw a fit. I do this too. We manage expectations. It happens faster usually, but
yeah, if you can do it faster, then you have exceeded their expectations. So
exactly.
I guess I get that.
Yeah, you got to manage them though. You
right.
can't. If you tell them, oh, it'll probably be there tomorrow, and it's not, then
you're screwed.
Then they're yelling at you.
Computers shouldn't be like that. They should just do it. Boom. Done.
This is a lot of information, man.
It is a bunch.
This information takes time to process.
To be counted.
Disseminate. I just like the word disseminate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got to disseminate it.
Yeah. Disseminate it.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, conquest points will be converted to honor points, and any honor above 4,000 will be converted to in-game currency at a rate of 35 silver per point. That seems lower than usual, doesn't it, for some reason? I don't know.
No, I think it's always fairly low, but
it's not the
I've
best
heard
way to
some
make
people
money.
say, I've heard some people say, like, oh, it should be higher, but it's like, are you really trying to make money this way? Are you trying to grind gold, like, through PvP? Because that's not a...
Seems like an inefficient way to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
You should disseminate your gold somewhere else.
Exactly, yeah.
Right. I'm going to use disseminate in every
PvP dissemination of gold is terrible.
Right.
So
insemination of gold into the game is a good idea. Do that. I don't know what I'm saying. All Season 14 items will have their cost converted on honor points. I mentioned that. Equivalent to their previous conquest points cost, with the exception of any items that have a rating requirement. And Season 14 items with rating requirements will no longer be available for purchase at that time. So you got 2 weeks to wrap it up, get your ass out of the arena. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave the server.
Find yourself a job.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, you bastard. Beep.
Yeah.
All right. Finally,
which basically means I should be holding on to my honor points at this time, because I'll be able to get better gear with that pretty soon. Anybody out there, you should also do that. And also, what this means is this is our last season before Warlords of Draenor. So,
good point.
This doesn't necessarily mean that there's like a certain timetable on this, because the PvP seasons aren't like a set length.
No.
They kind of just are the length of the content rolling out.
Right.
So this doesn't mean like we know.
Yeah, we're 16 weeks away.
Yeah, it just doesn't work that way with the PvP seasons. So I wish it did, because then this would be a huge clue. But at least we know this is it. Last season starting, so we're almost there.
It does herald the time forthcoming when gear changes in PvP are imminent. That's all coming. So I mean, the deal is when you are an arena player come Warlords of Draenor, you're not going to have some stats you used to have. Resilience is going away. What's the other one? There's something else. Oh, and all the gear is the same, right? Isn't that the deal? Isn't it all everybody gets the same gear. PvP gear is PvE gear, right?
Yep.
All right. I
still
can't quite believe that when I hear it or I say it.
You grind one set of gear now. That's it.
Crazy.
And if you switch specs, it switches with you.
I'm stoked about that, but I'm also blown away by it, a little gobsmacked about it. Patch 5.4.7 on the PTR. There are Alterac Valley changes like Dills and I had prophesied last week here on the show. Twitter background aficionado Alterac Valley, or at Alterac Valley, seems like he would be interested, recently alerted the world to some minor terrain changes in the its namesake battleground. Alterac Valley has a good deal of work done on it for 5.4.7. This includes buffs to almost all the NPCs to ensure it is something more than just a Zerg fest. The patch 5.4.7 will explain these in greater detail. But the changes noted in this person's Twitter account and a screenshot above, which are not yet in the patch notes, there's something weird going on there. What are we actually looking at? They asked this question on this joystick article. Actually, it's WoW Insider. Eagle-eyed observers will note that the removal of some hills outside the Horde base, which previously allowed Alliance players to jump over the wall and avoid usual entrance.
It's because Blizzard clearly favors the Alliance, and so they've had to fix that.
They always have, yeah.
Always have.
Clearly, right? So they're done then. I mean, does this end the controversy? Finally, the Horde have a chance, or we don't know yet?
No, it's AV.
Well, we'll see.
They never win.
Yeah, we'll see. The problem here, though, is that because it's gotten so bad, there's probably going to be a lot of people who don't know that this change has happened, even once it's actually happened.
Yeah.
And they will still have it blacklisted on their BGs.
Yeah.
So a lot of players will still not even be in Alterac Valley.
Could they like get rid of the blacklist for AV and put a prompt up when you log in on the patch saying AV's changed, maybe give it a go?
It would be a good idea. Yeah, it'd be a good idea because of the fact that not everybody reads WoW Insider or Joystick.
Exactly, or listens to the instance, sadly.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Right.
They all should.
What are they doing?
Look,
exactly.
as much as we've tried, there's always somebody somewhere who does.
Some people just eat Hot Pockets and log in and play WoW, like
douchebag Carl. Right.
Totally, just stereotypical WoW nerds. But
sounds legit.
DBC, by the way, DBC is his name for short now. Douchebag Carl. Don't forget it.
Yeah.
Finally, in all your games.
I was doing a DBK. But,
DBK. Oh, Carl with a K.
Yeah.
Oh, like Mortal Kombat with a K.
Sure.
That's not quite the same. All right, Riot. Finally, I really want to get Terpster's take on this because I don't know why you specifically.
All right,
I'll
just sit out.
You get the finger on the
Don't
pulse
worry,
of.
I got this. I'm good.
I want to hear from everybody, but Riot allegedly has patented a spectator mode camera element. This could be interesting for Blizzard and others who are sort of working on spectator modes for games like StarCraft and specifically Heroes of the Storm, which probably will have a spectator mode built in. We've talked about the Hearthstone one, but I don't think that really applies here since it's sort of a static board.
This has nothing to do with that. So.
Yeah, unless you want to be zooming around or whatever. But
yeah, exactly. I'm not quite sure what you can patent with that.
Well, it's this so according to the article, and I didn't put the link here and I meant to, but I read through it pretty thoroughly, and the idea is that...
They've already been granted the US patent as well.
Right. That's correct.
Yeah,
so and it's this ability for a camera to stay on a character in that game. So if you're running around in League of Legends and you're a spectator and you want to just follow that dude, the camera will lock on him when you want it to and not when you don't. And that seems like a strange thing to be able to patent to me. I don't know why. But it seems like that's a very odd little mechanic in a camera that already exists in many other games. I've been doing this in Counter-Strike for years. Where you can follow other players around with a fixed camera.
Yeah, exactly. And like on TF2, when you're dying, you can cycle between them. I think it will just be, I think it will be something that doesn't actually manage to be enforceable. I don't know.
I mean, that's the U.S. copyright law, patent law specifically sucks. It's garbage. And it's really easy to patent really dumb things, and then everyone has to fight it or defend it if you're the person who holds the patent.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with all these things, trademarks, patents, copyright, all of those things, is it comes down to legal cost, and legal costs are so high that often with an indecisive victory, where it's like, or they might go with you, they might not. It often isn't worth contesting these things, so some people may just do it anyway. That being said, if Riot have the patent in place themselves, and equally they have a lot of money, as they do, then they could go after people quite viciously, and then they can obviously reclaim all their costs from the other side, and it could be just a very nice way of doing it. But I don't know quite how a patent on a free camera that locks to someone. I don't know. I'm thinking there must be a lot of ways of doing that without violating the patent.
Because everyone is already doing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm
it's
without
odd.
actually, I haven't seen it in a while. In all fairness, so I would have to have a look at League of Legends to see if they do it in any different way.
I think Greg went in there and said, "Hey, you should patent that."
Well,
yeah, I mean, it could be.
I doubt
it's
anything to do with him. But I think what's more concerning is if this affects esports as a whole, because if they're trying to say we have the best spectator mode for our game and no other games are allowed to have this best spectator mode, then does that just mean that we, the esport viewer, is the worse off for it, in that we cannot now see that sort of view in other games? And that's the sad thing, is I wonder who the real loser is here. Is it other games companies? Is it Riot? Or is it us?
Reminds me of that dude who patented... Dills, correct me if I'm totally wrong on this, because you're way more of a sports dude than me, but the guy that patented that artificial line on football fields for broadcasts, that him or a company or whoever, I can't remember, but they basically made it so that whenever it's like a first down, you see a blue first down line, and they make a push, and you can kind of see, and they're all kind of superimposed on top of it. It looks like the line's literally on the field, and there's a first down marker and all that stuff. That thing was patented, and for you to have that on your station, if you were Fox covering the games, you had to pay the licensing in order to use that technology. And NBC could say, well, we don't want to pay for that. That's stupid. We got our own way of doing it. They could, but they would be at a potential disadvantage because they didn't have this cool way of doing it. I think that sounds like this to me. I'm not saying Riot's going to license it out to other people, but that's what a patent is.
But it could do that.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To me, it just seems like they're just, it's just like a grab. It's like, well, what's available? What's not patented? Let's get it.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe nobody's
it
done it.
Doesn't mean that they had to innovate it. They just have to be the one who
doesn't Microsoft still own the patent for double clicking, I think, or something weird like that?
I mean, like Apple tried to friggin' patent everything, like a square or a square phone shape.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, weird.
It's dumb, but it's just
a triangular phone. Let's patent that.
The way these laws work, where people can just decide. It's like Donald Trump saying you're fired. Like, that's my phrase now.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Everyone's been saying you're fired ever since there's been jobs.
That's
so.
yeah. Well, they've been saying you're sacked over there in the UK, I suppose.
That's true,
no. We
Toaster
have you're
says
fired as well.
Do you?
Oh, okay.
That's what. For that one we do. Yeah.
Okay. So wait a minute. But not when you actually fire somebody. He's just sacked.
You're sacked is better though.
Right.
No, yeah. When you get sacked, you're sacked.
Yeah. You're right.
But in The Apprentice, we have Sir Alan Sugar, and he says you're fired.
Oh, he does it, but he does it with the accent.
You're fired.
Okay, great.
Yeah, exactly.
Does he have a bad toupee?
The nice thing is, obviously, the whole reason they do it, I think, is just so the last one, he says, "You're hired," and it's like, oh, that sounds a lot like fired. Oh, I see that. So I think that's the main reason they've done that.
Okay,
but yeah,
I see. That stuff's all weird to me. The guy that owns the rights to "Are You Ready to Rumble" or whatever. The boxer announcer.
Let's get ready to rumble.
He's got that. It's all trademarked and stuff, and you can't
trademark
say it.
Really? So I couldn't. What I've just done, you got to pay a royalty.
Yeah, you got to pay him now for that.
We're gonna bleep that out. We can leave in all the blasphemy, but we got to bleep that out. It's crazy.
Please do.
All right. Well, speaking of blasphemy, it's time for this World of Tweets. Brought to you by Squarespace.com. Our friends at Squarespace.com, giving you ways to build websites that you never thought you would have ever had before. It's real simple, it's real easy, and it's super technical on the back end, so real good things are happening, like responsive designs for mobile, good desktop, all that kind of thing. All the templates you're going to ever want or need are there. They've got tools so you can sell stuff. You want to start selling your awesome, Murloc embroidery, great. Make a store on there, sell it there. Squarespace.com is the place.
You're probably not allowed to do that, by the way.
No, you're probably not. Blizzard will get all over you, so don't do that. But do something like it. Something just slightly off, so it's not patentable. How
exactly. King Mookla's bananas.
Yeah, and then patent that, and then everyone wins. They've got a no credit card needed trial, and I recommend people try it because it's none of this hokey jokey. You just get in, try it. You don't ask you for any of that stuff. You can just see if you like it, and you get access to everything. If you like it, then I suggest using the code INSTANCE for 25% off your order at squarespace.com. Interesting conversation happened between somebody named Douglas and @WatcherDev, who goes by The Watcher, works at Blizzard, on Twitter.
Is Ian African?
Is it? I think it is.
Yes, it's lead encounter designer, Ian. As I like to call him, because I can't say his last name.
Right. Well,
so he's just Ian to me.
They're letting him say stuff on Twitter more and more.
Ian. Because he was one of Greg's guys in the systems team. And then he got over and got the lead encounter job, and now he's allowed out on the Twitter machine.
So who's the lead systems guy now? Who is that?
I don't know.
I don't think they've said. I don't think we know who's going to get up on stage with Chilton and Corey. I don't think we have.
I
any
imagine
idea.
just they've all taken on extra responsibilities.
Could be.
And working extra. No, they found someone else.
All right, they probably did. Douglas says this in WAD will
actually. What would be interesting is that if they found out they didn't need to, and all this time Greg had just been doing nothing, but just bit of column A, bit of column B, move that around. Looks like I've done something. Gone.
You need
Warlocks.
me on stage?
Gone.
Great. I'll be there. Whatever
I'll
you
be
need.
there.
Yeah.
I'm a rock star.
It's all good.
Horde side.
Right. Exactly. So this Douglas guy says in Warlords of Draenor will Siege of Orgrimmar Flex still be available at level 100, or will it disappear like LFR? Would still like to farm heirlooms and skins. Watcher replied, we're actually going to convert SOO to the new raid system in 6.0, so current Flex will just be normal and won't be going away. He says, a reply came back, does this mean 6.0 brings Flex, Size, Normal / Heroic, and Mythic 20% to SOO? Watcher says, that's the plan. We'll offer tons of advance notice, but more information on that at a later date, or rather not get into a huge info dump here on Twitter. So point being, and they haven't really talked about this before, but that kind of answers a lot of questions people had about what happens to this content with this new raid system and with Mythic being added and the 20-man thing and all that. It's going to apply. Straight up. SOO.
Straight up.
20-man dude thing going on in there. Go for it. Mythic level. Go. No problem.
That'd be crazy.
That's great.
That'd be cray.
Yeah. It's a little cray-cray, right? Cray-cray?
That's cray.
What was it, Dills? We had cray-cray going on last week on the show. Or there's some other dumb phrase. Wasn't there some other dumb, like, kid phrase that we just think should go besides cray-cray? Was something like totes. It was totes. Totes.
Oh, that's
fat.
totes amazing.
Well, yeah.
That makes me want to kick somebody super hard.
Yeah. Especially when you follow it up with the magoats.
Yeah. Totes magoats. Holy shit. Is that really something someone says?
Yeah.
Totes magoat.
Not just someone. Several people.
I want them. I don't like those people. I don't even know those people. I don't like them already. Final tweet says, I'm so sick of doing less damage than others of my spec because of total RNG. Random number generation. Why bother? Let's see. Why bother trying in your RPPM joke game? What do you mean by RPPM? What's that? I know what RNG is.
He's talking about the proc rates, real procs per minute of trinkets. And
maybe is it real or random? Maybe random procs.
No, it's real procs per minute.
Okay,
I believe.
Okay.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But then he said, so the answer came back from Twitter.
Yeah, it's real proc per minute. Basically, what it is, it's supposed to make them, rather than like it just randomly procs.
Yeah.
Now there's like a specific amount of times it's like supposed to proc basically, and it's supposed to be less random than before.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it says his answer was RNG, meaning random number generation actually has relatively little effect in total DPS over a whole fight. How you respond to that RNG is bigger, though. So take that, weird guy who calls it a joke game in the middle of your tweet.
Well, okay, so there is an element of RNG to how often your trinkets proc and when they proc and things like that, because they could proc during your other cooldowns and things like that and give you an extra boost. But what the answer is very correct in that how you manage that RNG is actually a really big piece of skill. It's you want to save your cooldowns for when these things proc. If that's if doing the most DPS is the most important thing to you, then there's a way that you manage that. You wait for things to proc, then you pup your cooldowns, and then you actually double dip on your DPS buffs. But this guy apparently thinks that that's total BS, which it's not. That's part of the skill. Otherwise, it's basically just pushing buttons in the same order every single time, and that makes you better than everybody else.
I just don't get why people get so hung up on. I mean, I know it's a thing. I get it, and I get that it changes. But why do people get so hung up on little stuff like this in the game?
It's going to affect your DPS a very small amount over the course of, say, a 10-minute fight. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know of anything in the game that would make me flare out on Twitter and call something a joke game that I'm actively playing. I just don't know what I would.
Yeah, I mean, if they think it's a joke game, then something more hardcore out there for them probably.
Probably. They're doing that big final beta push this weekend for at the Elder Scrolls Online. There, I got invited to again. We can't talk about that yet, can we? Is that still in?
No, it's not. It's embargoed until
I really want to talk about it. Damn it! I mean, on the air, I mean.
Yeah, and you will be able to soon. But, yeah, I think it's, the 7th and the 14th or something like that? I forget.
I feel like it doesn't do them any favors.
I think it's today, actually. I think today you can start putting stuff out.
Is it today? Because I know
15 minutes.
Oh, really? 15
at least
minutes.
That's what it is. That's what it is in the UK, at least.
Like video chunks and stuff at 15 minutes?
Yeah, which is a bit restrictive.
If you try to do it right now, though, oh man, it's just going to be a big pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm going to wait.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth waiting.
Days.
It's definitely worth waiting. But having played the beta, I just have stuff to say, and I never know when I can say it. I just feel like it does the company disservice to not let players, unless you are uncomfortable with the quality of your game, why are you trying to hide it? Wouldn't you want the positive buzz from everybody saying, I love that beta, it was great, I had a ball, here's my video, check it out?
I think so. So, pinch of salt, really.
Yeah.
I think that's, as with all things, people have different ways of controlling messages and they have different goals. But, I don't know. I mean, everyone's got to find the game that resonates with them. I think for us, we're very much fans of World of Warcraft. We really like what that game does. Yeah. Games that do it differently, I think, are refreshing sometimes, but not always necessarily what I want.
Yeah.
What I really want, though, is a more competitive MMO market that forces Blizzard to be hungry and present a better game more often.
Agreed.
The fact is, if there's 3 healthy big subscription MMOs out there competing for my dollar, hopefully Blizzard's thinking, actually, if we spent more and employed more people and did this and did that and got more content out there, I'm the winner. So, yeah. That's just me.
Fair enough. I like it. All right, there's that. Let's get straight into this.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Why, it's the Town Crier.
It is the Town Crier, and it's brought to you by Audible.com. Audiblepodcast.com/The Instance gets you a sweet free book. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but they don't have the new book yet, the new Diablo book that I talked about in that interview, which we're going to do here in a second. But they do have The Order, Diablo 3 The Order, by the same author, and here's just a little taste of it.
Twin columns rose up out of the sand in the distance like jagged teeth, their tops ending abruptly as if snapped off by something inhuman.
Wow.
That could be so, Deckard Cain thought, if this was in fact the entrance to the ancient ruins of the Vigerai repository.
This is a pre-Diablo 3 reading, which makes sense.
Why can't...
Deckard Cain,
wasn't Deckard's voice?
No, different dude.
Deckard, exactly. Wouldn't that be amazing, though?
Oh, it'd be incredible.
Deckard wrote, he read it out in his own voice.
I wonder if the Book of Cain is like that. I don't know if they have an audible
just the
version
whole thing.
Of that. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
It'd be really good. I would love that. But you'll love any free book you get.
Today, I said I loved you to a lady. She turned out to be a demon. So I smote her down with my Horodric stave.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I would read that book. Oh my gosh, I would read that book.
Hound dog.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that in the interview. But anyway, it's great. They're free. You can get a free one. You can go get any one you want, that or any other book you like. Go to audiblepodcast.com/wow, and they've got hundreds of thousands of titles to choose from. That's audiblepodcast.com/wow. We're going to take a really quick break and bring this interview to you. And you guys can check out kind of the inside guts of what it takes to make a book in the Diablo universe and really in the Blizzard universes in general. My interview with Nate Kenyon, the author of Storm of Light and Mickey Nelson at Blizzard. We'll be right back. All right, I'm going to pause that. I'm not playing it now, obviously. Sorry, chat room. You guys have to check this on the feed, which is where most people get it. And I'll bring us back, and then here we go. You guys ready? Here we go. All right, and we're back. Thanks, everybody. Let's get to the real Town Crier now. That was a half Town Crier. Now it's the real Town Crier. Thanks to those guys again, and big thanks to someone you didn't hear on there, Lindsay, who's always awesome to work with in PR at Blizzard and always takes good care of us. So big thanks to her as well. All right, let's get to the business at hand. If you want to leave us a message and have us play it on the show, 206-202-3969 is the phone number you can leave a message on, or you can send attachments and or your emails to theinstance@gmail.com. Let's talk about a couple of calls here. We got one about binding. Oh, I think we may have talked about this. Binding your secondary skills to your account. So
I'm not sure what kind of show you think this is.
Oh, a little binding.
Good morning, Scott Dills and Tripster. This is Predom from BlackRock, U.S. calling in. I had a question, comment. I was looking today on one of my alts at the secondary professions, and I thought to myself, there's nothing that the individual character actually gains from leveling this up
if I have a character that already has it at max level. I was wondering what you guys might think of the idea of making secondary professions, and only secondary professions, light on the count. Let me know what you think. Thanks.
I love that idea.
Yeah, why not?
I totally agree, because things like cooking and first aid and stuff, it's just... Well, the first aid does have a reason, and that is that currently, like, you can't use the high-end bandages without having it a certain level.
Yeah.
Right?
But
so
what does it bring to the gameplay?
it doesn't do anything.
It's nothing. No one's like, oh man, what did I do last night? I leveled up cooking and then first aid. The guys wanted me to raid.
so
I was like,
fun.
sorry guys, but I am leveling up my secondaries tonight.
Yeah.
You know, no one's ever had fun doing that. I mean, archaeology, like, it's such a pain to fly around and level up. You know, you only do it just to get the artifacts, and then once you've got those, no one's being like, you know what I quite fancy doing. It's just, you know, flying around just for giggles.
No, never.
You know, it's anything that feels a chore shouldn't be something that you have to do multiple times.
Yeah.
I'm okay with having it be a thing you have to do. Like, if they're saying, like, no, to level up should feel like work, it's a profession, deal with it. But to have that as a hard and fast rule across everything, you know, I pay $15 a month, so I don't have to do boring stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you know.
Totally agree.
Nope, this guy's hit the nail on the head.
Agreed. All right. Final email. I just don't know what this... there's this one here.
Hi, this is Molly. Thank you for having such a great show. I just was thinking over the weekend, on TMS, you've been doing the weekend of kindness, and I was thinking that would be a really great thing to do in WoW as well. You know, any kind of nice thing, you see a player struggling, or somebody in your guild needs some gold, anything like that, just to be kind to other players. Thanks for a good show.
She'd fit in AIE pretty well. But this kind of already happens a lot. But yeah, it's always nice. You know, like I was telling you last week about that dude in that random dungeon who is actually a decent non-robot jerk.
They exist.
Yeah. What? Who?
They exist.
Oh, I think he's
nice
calling
people.
them name. They exist. Yeah, they do exist.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but the idea of like going out of your way to do something, that seems like a nice idea, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. All right, Terpster, what are you going to do? What are you going to do nice?
What am I going to do nice today?
In the game.
In the game, I am going to try not to noob it up as much.
Okay.
Next time I do a raid with people.
That seems very nice.
That way they get to enjoy it as well.
Okay. That seems very nice. Dills, what are you going to do nice in the game?
Well, as I'm gearing at my DK the next time I get paired with a hunter and his pet has growl on, I'm going to ask him to turn it off nicely.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Look at
and then, when he doesn't turn it off, because that's what he's going to do,
yeah.
I will.
Do you know who I am?
I will nicely
I have
open
friends
a
in high
vote-
places, sir.
I will nicely open a vote to kick window.
All right,
Yeah.
just
But
nicely though, nicely.
But nicely, in a very nice manner.
I'm gonna find out a way to give away the Sky Golem to some deserving person. That's what I'm gonna do.
There you go.
All right.
Also,
everyone
next
do
time I kill an alliance in a battleground, I will not /LOL over their dead body.
Good. Well, someone needs to be doing that, and it may as well be
Do
you.
a slash hug.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll /hug them. Yeah.
Here's a good one for you. What's
And
going
I'll
on?
slash-
What's going on with this guy? There's more.
It's Street Fighter, isn't it?
Is it?
Yes. Is it Guile's theme?
Mortal Kombat.
I
Mortal
can't.
Kombat, is
He
it?
just kind of trails
What is
off.
it?
So this was a 15-minute phone call
Of just
that I
that.
got. I think somebody sat on a button and didn't know they dialed it, and then was singing by himself in his car or something.
No, I think he did this on purpose.
You think
I think
so?
all of this is planned.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Let's skip
Comedic
ahead
genius.
to like 12 minutes in.
Well, that's the problem is that I don't have the whole call because most of it was just like the sound of pants moving.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Maybe
then
Siri
it
is
definitely
correct.
was.
I didn't have all the information yet.
Yeah. Pants moving sounds. Terpster, you ran into that problem a few years ago. You know what that is.
Yep. I know what it's like.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Wow.
Thanks for
know
that call, and we like all our calls, so you guys can keep those coming. It is finally time for this.
The drop of the week.
Drop of the week this week brought to you by Typefrag.com, the best in Ventrilo service over there at Typefrag.com. The Blizzard Gear Store is back. Finally.
This sounds like gear over here is like a street name for just drugs.
Is it?
You got any gear?
I didn't know that. That's cool.
It's not like a massively like like that's the only thing. You've obviously just got normal gear. Just what's your gear, what you've got.
Wow.
But I kind of like to think of it like Blizzard Crack Store. Just like we just got a load of some got some stuff. If you
it is interesting they have completely separated their digital store now from their physical store stuff. Although you can still get games through there, like Diablo and WoW and whatever. But it's a very distinguished separation now, so it's all swag.
Gear.blizzard.com.
Yeah.
Swag would have been better. Like Blizzard swag, it's as many letters and it's way cooler.
Swag.blizzard.com, is that you're thinking?
Yeah, I'd love that, but I'm not sure if they're thinking like that's too hip hop. In fact, what does that word? I'm going to type it in swag.
I don't like that people have co-opted
swag.
That
doesn't
word.
go anywhere.
It used to mean it used to just be the bag of things you got at Comic-Con or something. Now it's like has 30 different meanings. It's got Bieber smeared all over it. Like it just sucks, that word now. Swag.
Yeah, well Bieber's pretty badass.
Yeah, I mean I used to call them their tacular bags. They call them swag bags. I don't want to even do that anymore. May as well call them YOLO bags or some bull crap.
That's good. Yeah, YOLO plays it 420. That'd be good. There's some really nice stuff on here, though. In all fairness, it looks like there's more things on the Blizzard Gear store than there previously were on the old Blizzard store, and that might just be that it's easier to navigate now.
Yeah.
But
I ordered myself a Hearthstone shirt.
Oh, nice!
Looking forward to that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would. Is that one of the ones with the Hearthstone in the middle, like they were on the stage and stuff?
Yeah. They were wearing them at BlizzCon.
My
Hearthstone devs.
We got my daughter.
Went so bad. So.
We got my daughter one while we were there, and she loves it and wears it all the time. But I'm constantly jealous of the thing I gave her.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, and it's interesting because they don't actually make it for men. So deals, enjoy.
Not quite that.
No, I double checked.
It's only blue for dudes, isn't it? Though.
I think it's just all blue. For everybody.
Well, the ladies have some black
time.
options.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just looking at this here.
Got to keep the ladies happy.
I do think I want an XL.
Equality works both ways, though, Scott. I might have to ask Blizzard to make a black one for me.
They make some really. I can tell you this, having been the recipient of a lot of their extra shirts every year for Nerdtacular when they're trying to get rid of them. They make really, really well-made shirts. So I can attest to their quality.
I still quite like the really awkward $80 Halloween in a can costumes of like Illidan, which just looks terrible.
Not a fan.
And Arthas actually doesn't look too bad. Arthas is quite fun. Looks a little bit like Thor, I think, without the helmet. Yeah. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, I love the Avengers." You're like, "No, I'm the Lich King." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." But it's cool. It's like I said, it's fun to see this sort of stuff. It's just be interesting to see how many people want just gear versus the digital stuff.
Yeah, that's good. So I'm glad to see it back online. Looks like a bit of a revamp, and they've got some more stuff coming. And that the books that we've been talking about, you can get there, except the new one's not there yet. I don't know why. You can get that on Amazon and other places, but Heroes of the Light or whatever it is, Storm of Light will be there soon, I'm sure, as their other books are definitely there now. All right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. We are done, folks. Thank you so much for all being here. It's been a hell of a good time. It's good to have you back, Terpster. Is there anything in your world we should be telling people about? I mean, you've got so much going on. I mean, it's hardly...
No, exactly. No, not really. Obviously, just check out the YouTube channel now, I guess.
Yeah.
So I've got a series that I'm doing on there, and it's an educational experience.
Non-stop hilarity coming from
it
Bristol,
is
England.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just there's only like 4 videos on there at the moment, so
I thought of you.
The hilarity stops quite quickly.
I thought of you while my wife gorged on.
Excuse me.
Almost Human.
All right.
I should have not paused after gorge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's in Bristol. The whole thing.
Yeah,
set.
One of them set in there, isn't it? Yeah, one. Yeah.
Oh, there's two. Yeah, there's 2 series, right? Or 2. Not series. What do you guys call them?
For whatever.
Seasons or things, whatever.
Yeah, whatever happens.
Yeah, she really enjoyed it, and every once in a while they'd mention this town, and they'd also have people speaking in your specific accent, and
really,
we felt a connection for some reason.
Very lucky.
Yeah. You were engorged or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's
Dills,
cool.
People still have time to vote for you, but even though you don't think you're going to win, still cool that you're nominated. What else is happening?
I actually don't think they do have time. I think it ended already.
Oh, did it end?
Yeah, I think so.
Dills with his finger on the pulse.
I know. You know what? Whenever good news comes my way, I jump at the opportunity.
Jump right on it, man.
To not pay attention.
Yeah.
So sorry for that. But you can check out the TAC Invitational Tournament number 1 tomorrow on twitch.tv/AMoveTV. TV?
Teamy.
I can't make that. How am I going to play in it if I can't make it?
No, it's already been played.
It's already
So
happened.
you need a top. Oh, really?
Yeah.
But
You'd have to go back in town.
Master players in the world. Why am I not in it? If you want,
I know. Well, next time, Terpster, we'll make it to the top 5. Yeah. We only the top 4. Yeah. So you just missed out. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But we do have some of the 4 best Hearthstone players around playing basically really, really intense battles against each other with 4 different decks each, and it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
So check it out tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Sweet.
And should be a lot of fun, although kind of scrambling to fix something now because I'm realizing that there's something messed up.
Oh,
so
that sucks. All right. Well, good luck with that. Willie Dills on Twitter, of course. The _T on Twitter for Terpster, and
also I stream Hearthstone sometimes on Willie Dills SF at Twitch. So
Willie Dills SF, everybody representing San Francisco each and every day with a bunch of cards in his hand. That's how it goes.
San Fran.
That's gonna do it for us. There's a lot going on in and around the network. Later today, a new Current Geek. If you haven't listened to that show yet, you should. CurrentGeek.com for subscription info, and we got some cool guests coming up. So watch for that and a million other things at frogpants.com. I want to thank Matthew Oxley for doing our theme music. He's working on a brand new one right now. Very excited for it. And that's coming soon. Leave us a review on iTunes and other such podcast directories. We always enjoy those. Paul Swickerter's our intern and is awesome. He keeps up our forums, show notes, and archives and more at theinstance.net. On Twitter, find us at Instance Show, me at Scott Johnson, Dills at Willie Dills, and Terpster at the_T. Find more great shows just like this at frogpants.com. That's going to do it for us, for me, for Dills, and for Terpster. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Beautiful.
Yeah, that went well.
So we keep the old outro, but with a new outro.
I just don't have.
Still gotta have that panda feel somewhere.
Yeah, I don't have the old one. Doesn't have an end to it. It just kind of went and stopped. So
I did it.
Yeah, I was back in. The guy that did that one
pre-production values days.
Yeah, when I was less. Well, I don't know. I've always been concerned with pre-production, but
but not so much post.
Yeah, not so much post. I used to edit that in. It wasn't even played live on the show. Like that was a long time ago. But yeah. It's good. I still like listening to that old thing once in a while. It's nice.
You should do.
Yeah. So that was great. And
you sound like you said like that was great.
No, my head's
next time.
My head's in 3 places. I just got a text.
Not suck.
Yeah. Could we just not suck next? No, dude. Whatever. This show is inexplicably keeps growing, even though. Well, I guess Blizzard's on an upswing too with their 200,000 new subscribers, but
they're doing all right.
The show continues to not drop, which freaks me out. I don't understand it. It never has really since the time we started it. So there it is. I feel like one day, sometime, it'll be less that week, and I'll go, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
And
sounds good.
We'll get a boost come expansion, then it'll stay there, and I don't know, just keep growing. So Terpster, it's good to have you back. Say hi to the missus.
I will do. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
On the Wii ones. How soon are the Wii ones going to come? It's a little early.
Well, soonest would be 9 months, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
So I would hope not for a little while, in the nicest possible way.